Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I made this Jessica Rabbit costume, as well as did my makeup for this look. So to start with, I'm using a stretch purple fabric. I did find one that stretched both ways, and I'm outlining my hands. I noticed that I actually outlined mine maybe even just a little bit too close, and if I did this again in the future, I would outline a little bit further away. So I outlined both of my hands to be able to make a pattern for myself for these gloves, and then I cut them out individually. I do have my fabric folded in half, so there are 2 pieces for each glove, 4 pieces total. I put pins in the fingertips and put them through my sewing machine, giving myself about not even a 1/4 inch room. Again, I had them just a little bit too small. So you can see here the pins I had in the fingertips to make sure everything lined up nice. You can use more pins if you want to. And then I just have to turn it back right side out, and that's it for gloves. I did not put a seam around the end where my arm goes in. Being the stretch fabric that it is, it will not fray, so I'm set there. For the dress, I'm doing the same idea where I'm outlining. I picked a dress from my closet. I'm leaving myself a 1/4 inch on either side and outlining it, cutting it out in this pattern, leaving a straight across line at the top. I seamed that up the sides and turned it inside out, just like I did with my gloves. Putting the dress on, I'm now doing a whip stitch in the center to give myself a heart-shaped feel at the top of the dress. And then I'm stitching in a gem at the center for a little bit of an accent piece. For my gem, I'm actually using an earring that I upcycled that was broken, and I'm stitching through the top of that. You can use a bead, a ribbon bow, whatever you would like, or nothing at all and just put the whip stitch in and then cut it loose when you're done. So that's pretty much it for the dress. So now that I've covered my brows-ish, I put a white highlighter underneath, and I'm going to powder everything in. Not quite content, so we're gonna go back in and do some cream cover here. I'm using a Graftobian palette of cream concealers for this. Ooh, my mirror's dirty. And we'll powder that in as well. Alright, I'm gonna move right into contour. I want everything to look very defined. Give us that cartoon Jessica Rabbit look. So I'm following down my jawline and then kind of in this way. I'm using the brown from this Butt Naked palette, and I'm actually moving into this blush up here. Oh, I got itches. Oh, I got itches. Okay. So for the blush, I'm actually going to take it down and around here. Down and around underneath my apples here. And then blend. Then I'm going to highlight out with the white in the same palette. And then for me personally, I'm going to go in and I'm going to contour out on the sides of my nose. Her nose is very petite, mine is very not. I'm going in specifically by like my nostrils and darkening there because my nose is wide. So I'm moving on to eyeshadow. For this I'm using the Naked Urban Decay Smoky palette, and I'm gonna go into this this purple color. It's like a dark smoky purple, and I'm going to do the shape of her eyelid. Now her lids are very like sultry, and I would almost imagine in real life they'd probably be like a little hooded. And they've got a very interesting shape, so I'm going to start by outlining that shape. So my crease is here. I'm going up over above my crease. So that goes down to about where my crease is. And then I'm gonna go in with the gray next to it. So that one was smaller. This one's called Password. Blend the two together at the crease, and then blend up and out. Here. Voila. Alright, moving on, I'm dipping into spandex from my Heavy Metals palette. I do not feel like these pick up well with a brush, so I'm actually going in with my fingertips and patting it in that way. It does take a little bit of layering for these particular pigments to get where I want them to be, but I really, really like the outcome. I might actually dip into Metalhead right next to it as well. Spandex and Metalhead. This one's metalhead, this one's a little lighter. Back into spandex. Metalhead. I am using the Stila glitter. This one is called Gypsy. And then angle the brush. So I am going to do my brows one of the colors that I would normally do them because I am a ginger, she is a ginger, we are gingers. Let's get into that. So I'm using Whiskey from the Naked Smoky palette, the shadow. And I'm going to be redrawing my brows a little bit higher than they would normally be. Hers are also quite a bit thinner. I'm actually going to use, I've got this little brow kit from NYX. I'm going to use some of that wax. I'm actually going to pull some of the front of my eyebrow hairs back out again. Because they didn't glue down quite nice anyway. I'm not very good at gluing my eyebrows. I want this wing to go up with the side of that eye. Yeah. I'm gonna go in with white, a China white powder, and just right underneath them brows. To shape some lips. Lip, lip, lip. Okay. So I'm going to be big into the cupid's bow and narrow on the sides, and then really redraw that bottom part to give it that Jessica Rabbit pout.
introduce